Right now at 6, bank customers losing their hard-earned money to scammers.
One woman says $7,900 just disappeared from her account.
I got an alert on my phone that I'd added a recipient on Zelle that I did not add. Within 3 days, there were 7 transactions.
KPRC2 investigator Bill Spencer told that woman's story last week. It was the top story on click2houston.com for days.
New tonight, another victim who also lost thousands of dollars.
Bill is back with that story, and we're using the Spencer Solves It branding on this one.
Because when Bill sees someone with a problem, he wants it solved.
At 70 years old, Jodine Daniels tries to add up all of the 32 different fraudulent money transfers that she says 2 cyber criminals were able to steal from her Chase Bank Zelle account in just one day last June. It was the Juneteenth holiday, and within a few hours, Jodine says her bank account was drained of $4,500. When Jodine reported the ripoff to Chase, instead of returning the money, Chase conducted an investigation and told Jodine she was responsible for all of those transactions, that no fraud was found.
Did you report this fraud as soon as you knew about it, within an hour or so?
I reported it in less than 45 minutes from the date stamp on those emails.
Okay, did the bank answer you at that point?
I called them.
You called them, and did they answer?
They just said they'd look into it.
Across town in Springs, Cindy Little had the same thing happen to her. Her Chase Zelle account hit for close to $9,000, even though Cindy had already reported to Chase that her account had been hacked in December for about $1,000. 1 month later, her account was hit again by cyber criminals on January 27th for $1,500, on January 28th for another $5,400, and on January 29th for another $1,000.
So within 3 days, there were 7 transactions, 6 of which were after I had already reported it as fraud.
Again, in Cindy's case, Chase Bank conducted an investigation and told her no fraud was found, that she would be responsible for the money that was taken.
Finally, at one point, they said you probably should just go ahead and admit that this was you that did this.
Zelle is owned by 7 of the nation's biggest banks, including Chase, and those banks make money off of Zelle. But in 2022, Senator Elizabeth Warren released a report that said Zelle was, quote, facilitating fraud, failing to make whole their customers through fraudulent activity.
It is definitely fast. Zelle is fast. Zelle is easy. And they increase bank profit margins, but Zelle is not safe.
All right, tonight the Spencer Solves It team is definitely working with Chase Bank to get both Cindy and Jodine's money back for them. Chase says that right now they are carefully reviewing Cindy's case and hope to have final answers for me by tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But what makes this story so huge is that these 2 women are not the only ones getting hurt. In fact, according to that congressional report that we just talked about in the story, as of late 2022, a total of 192,878 cases of fraud involving Zelle had already been reported by bank customers who were ripped off. That adds up to a whopping $213 million that those customers lost from their bank accounts. And still, the vast majority of those customers never got their money returned. In fact, the banks involved only returned customers' money in about 9.6% of all of those Zelle ripoffs. That's less than 10%. Yeah. Still, the Spencer Solves It team is going to be fighting to get the money back for both of these women. We're going to fight as hard as we can, and I believe it's going to take quite a while, but we'll see what happens.
I feel it's getting easier and easier to do this for these scammers. They send text messages, and everything seems so real and so believable. It's very hard to believe that it's not real.
Well, what really gummies up the whole thing is that the banks themselves own Zelle.
Right.
The 7 biggest banks own Zelle. So what is really the incentive for them to fix this thing? They know it's got a lot of problems. Yeah. So something has to be done, and the banks have to do their job on this.
Got to figure this out. Okay,
Thank you, Bill.
You stay on it. Thank you, sir.
You bet. You bet.